This is my theme study project by Haley Alexander. The theme that I chose for this presentation is clouds in the sky. It's for a pre-K level or kindergarten maybe. Hopefully I will be a pre-K or kindergarten teacher one day, so that's why I chose this grade level. So in this theme, children will learn many different things about the clouds. They'll learn hopefully how to identify the different types of clouds in the sky whenever they go outside. I think that this is a very fascinating theme to have. I know when I was a kid, I was always really excited about learning about the clouds. Some important questions that will hopefully be able to be answered at the end of this theme are: what are clouds? How are clouds formed? What do they do? And what are the different types of clouds? I chose 5 literature books for this presentation that I thought would be great for the children to learn about the clouds and learn about different sort of things related to the clouds. The first book that I chose is Shapes in the Sky by Josepha Sherman and illustrated by Omar Wesley. This book teaches children many important details about the clouds, and they'll learn information like what the clouds are made of and where they come from. So for example, it says they're made of trillions of tiny water droplets and ice crystals, and information like that is what will be in this book. It's very informational. Kids will also get to learn how the clouds get their shape and how they move. The next book that I chose is called Clouds in the Explore My World series by National Geographic for Kids. So this book is recommended for ages 3 to 7, and it was written by Marfe Delano. It shows many beautiful pictures of real clouds in the sky and teaches the children many different exciting facts about clouds. It will also give children some exciting outdoor activities that they can try with their parents or maybe outside on the playground. I was thinking that might be a fun activity to go outside and look at the clouds one day with the children, in whatever class I'm in. This next book I chose is called When Cloud Became a Cloud. This is actually my favorite one that I read about the clouds. It's by Rob Hodgson. It's a fictional story, a really good fictional story to read to the children. Teaches about the formation and the purpose of the clouds in a very fun and entertaining way that's still going to be educational. And it has a lot of personification in it, like with the suns and the sun and the clouds and the water droplets. It makes them more appealing to the young children if it's personified. And this is just one example of a couple of pages in the book where you can see they put like a smiley face and little expressions on the water droplets or the lake. And I just thought that was really cute, and I think the children would love it. This book also teaches a lot of vocabulary words that pre-K children may not know, like the word freezing, electric, or lightning. It also teaches about, the weather, like the wind, the snow, and thunderstorms, and also rainbows. It tells about how the rainbows formed. I thought that would be a very good little addition to Cloud Week. The next book I chose is Clouds Have Feelings Too by Peter Peitlich and illustrated by Taylor Aversa. This book is also about personification. So this little boy talks to the cloud, and he learns some beautiful things that rain does in the world, like helping the flowers and just helping the world in general. And it also teaches about why the sky is blue, and it helps the children see a rainy day as a positive thing where they can stay indoors and spend time with family rather than a negative thing where they're not allowed to go outside. The next book I chose is The Cloud Book by Tommy DePaola. This book, he uses a lot of illustrations and metaphors in this book to educate the children. And it's got a lot of scientific details that are made easy to understand, which I think would be very good for little 4 and 5-year-olds. And it will teach them about the different types of clouds that there are, like the cumulonimbus and the cirrus clouds. The next section is instructional activities. I chose 3 activities. The first one is the cloud paint activity. In this activity, children will paint their own clouds, and they will get to use what they've learned to identify the types of clouds and paint what that type of cloud is. Like in this picture, it shows like a cumulonimbus cloud is a very large cloud. But this paint is made of shaving cream, glue, and flour. You mix it all together, and that makes it a very fluffy paint that sticks to the paper. The next activity I chose is the Jell-O sky activity. I really like this activity, and I plan on making it because it looks really good. It's an edible treat for the children. It's just a jar with blue Jell-O and whipped cream in it. The children will be assigned a type of cloud to make for their Jell-O sky, like a cumulonimbus cloud that would require a lot of whipped cream, rather than a cirrus cloud would take less whipped cream. And I just thought that would be a very fun activity for the children to make. The next activity I chose is the cloud in a jar activity. This activity just uses a cup or a jar with water in the bottom, and then you put whipped cream or shaving cream on top and use blue food coloring. And when you dump the blue food coloring on there, excuse me, the blue food coloring, it will sort of seep into the water underneath the cloud and make it look like a rainstorm. I think that would be a very interesting activity to do. For my artifact display, I chose cloud-shaped cookies for my first one. I thought that would be great for the children to decorate with white icing and blue or gray sprinkles. It would be a really nice treat for them to have. And I also chose cloud Play-Doh for my next artifact. It would be a nice sort of thing they can make it and then play with it. And another activity or artifact is a sensory bin. So I would do one with marshmallows, one with maybe cotton balls, and one with shaving cream, so that they can kind of feel what they think a cloud might feel like. So in conclusion, this is, a very exciting theme for the children to learn about. And by the end of the theme, the children will be able to answer all these questions and hopefully be able to recognize the different types of clouds. Like I said, when I was a kid, I always loved this activity, and it stuck in my head for a really long time. I still remember the types of clouds, and when I look at the sky, I'll think, what type of cloud is that? So hopefully that's what those kids will do, and they'll enjoy this whole theme, this whole activity.